All right, YouTube, we got Katarina Season 7 versus Karma. Season 7. I love how you go into the lane and push. I love it. I love it. Can't get enough. I really hope you do that because you do not want to get bullied. I love this. Pots need to go ASAP. You need to go sooner than that. You need to go a lot sooner than that. So see how we're not potting here? I guess everyone's telling me these days that fucking Dark Seal is better than Boots and Pots, but I can make a pretty good argument for Boots and Pots in this matchup, especially early. We would have survived this. If we, as soon as we take poke, there is where pot needs to be, well, technically there. Pot needs to be run. Okay? Takes us way too long. Look how long. That was when we potted. Okay? Your dodging in the minions is great. And taking initiative in the lane is great. This guy is not running Ignite, so this is perfect. We could so easily survive this if we had potted right away. This is what killed us here. Okay, the next thing is right here, in my opinion. With how the blades bounced, I would probably just give that one up, I think. Especially when you missed it. So notice this little shimmy. That little move is actually, it's stupid and it sounds really dumb, but how you're approaching the lane where you're like, being confident and fucking trying to push back into the guy. I love that because there's a chance that he's going to let us. He's going to let us push and then we don't have to deal with getting poked, which is why even though like if you're facing like a pro player or something, they're never going to let you do that, but you're playing solo queue where people make huge mistakes. This little shimmy that you make is actually the thing that costs you the most in this whole scenario. If you weren't going to just commit and grab it, doubling back is like mechanically the worst thing that you can do because that means now that we're going to get a lot more. There's the Thunderlords that we would have avoided. Probably, if we had just stepped away. And now, this guy feels compelled to go nutso on us. Also, if you would have liked to try to outplay... Okay, so that's two things, right? Pot management. And this little fucking overplay here, where we didn't just commit to it right away. We didn't just grab it right away. But then, here, the dagger is thrown. What you really wanted, right here, is where you needed to flash. If you were going to have any hope of doing anything at all. This is where we needed to flash, yes. This is the most... All the things that led up to this point, though. You're platinum, so you need to understand what you are trying to do is super advanced by pushing in, and I love that you do it. Now we have to think outside of the box here, okay? Let's program ourselves going forward. If we're going to go into the lane and push, as soon as the poke comes out, the pot needs to run. Because if you don't run the pot, you can't rush level 2 reliably. And you're going to manage, you did it great until that little stutter. You did it great. But now we have to clean up the little stutter. We have to clean up the fucking pots. And then here, when he commits to us, and we fucked up, the only reason we're even in kill range All right. The only reason that we are even in kill range is because of the pot management and the little micro mistake here. I want you to realize that that's the only reason that we can die is because of those two things. If we had played it in those two ways, we would have about this much health to play with, and we could very, very easily just go for the kill here. You could basically, like, if you juke this, you could just get in his ass, to be honest, in minions. Because I want you to see how low he gets committing to that. And for a lot of people watching, this seems like super ridiculously risky. But you need to understand that we are basically, we're taking a lane that is super, like, if Karma runs Ignite, then yeah, we're probably just going to have to wait for ganks. But see, Karma takes teleport. So I basically coach everybody to say, I say that if you're going to play these lanes, push at the guy until he demonstrates that he knows how to trade. Obviously, the Karma knew what she was doing. However, we didn't play it flawlessly. The execution is we come into lane, we Q the wave, we auto the wave, we apply pressure to mid. Another thing that you can try, my buddy Hexadecimal's messing with, is he is messing with a longsword start. Because you're going to be going for Gunblade anyways. So that will allow you to push a little faster and you still got the pots to work with. That's another option. You don't have to do it, but if you're going to be pushing anyways and you're going to be auto-attacking people anyways in close fights, that might be an option as well. The other thing, again, is boots and 4 pots, and then that way you have more mobility to maybe juke the... Well, the main thing that we needed to juke was the RQ, if anything. But, so that's why I say, come into lane, auto-attack the creeps, spam Q the wave, spam push the wave, and try to see if our opponent's an idiot, basically. But if we get level 2, then we can open a trade. This will be so hard to do anything now with the lead. This is like the hardest lane ever forced to face. For Katarina to face. Very, very tricky. And the guy did play it well, right? He did what I said. He held his fucking RQ. He dealt damage to us. But that's honestly what you just did there, where he auto-attacks you and takes minion damage. That's what we're looking for. To be honest, I kind of can't wait to see what scripted cats look like. Okay, Jace. Your farm is very, very good, considering the open. Flash isn't up for a while. Okay, this is a pretty good situation for us. She turned 6 though. That death is really gonna stink. Ugh! That sucks. Taking that poke really sucks. That's what you just witnessed is why Katarina is going to be nerfed. Like, that is just... But no, it is, and it is a very good play. We wait for ours down to go for the all-in. I just can't ever see this working. This can't be your current state. She's gonna be nerfed. I mean, that kid got absolutely turted on there. Are we going like Ludens or something? Behind a kill and facing double Dorans. Why Rylai's? I don't think you need that shit. No. This is super thin. I'm pretty sure the only reason you make this play is because Wukong pings. What would an optimal build be? One moment. Actually. My buddy Hexadecimal is challenger mid, and he's been just spamming Katarina with me on flex Q, so he might have a good... Let me... What was it? So, from what I've seen, in general, the Rylai's is good, but like, as an early item, I don't really like it because you don't give yourself a lot of like, you don't give yourself a proper power spike like you would with a fucking Gunblade. You could definitely go Rylai's like after the Gunblade, which is what he's doing. He's basically just going for Gunblade. Gunblade, you gotta understand, Gunblade makes your job super fucking easy, dude. I mean, off of raw numbers, Rylai's is good too. Jomo, thanks for 3 months. Because like Katarina's damage is so like, look at this, just over minions. Like Katarina's damage is stupidly overtuned right now. Just ridiculous, absurd. So like Rylai's is a good item, but I don't know if it spikes as hard as Gunblade would. So you'd basically be looking at like Gunblade, Spell Pen, Rylai's. And then go from there. Zonia's if you feel like you need it. Is there a reason that you... I want to know... I'm real like this. Katarina is actually one of the champions that I'm very big into following because it's just so wrong to like to the other team if you show up on a follow. Are we killing anyone though? Pushing's good though. Like you're making good choices. Like it's not like it's a bad choice to push. I'm just always like. This Katarina is one of those champs that I actually don't mind following with very often. Like I always say like push, but her push is so fucking slow. Like slow as in hitting the tower. But you're actually doing pretty good work. How did you play this? It's okay. Karma's flash down. That would probably be an example of when you would have, you know, if you were going towards Gunblade, that'd probably be an example where you might have been able to get that kill. But it was kind of a sloppy, it was a sloppy execution because you didn't just wait. Like you could have just waited for your, you could have waited for your W to get a little closer. There's a lot of things that we could have done differently there to position better. Or you could have just throw the dagger, walk it in, deal the damage, and W fall, like Shumpo to the next dagger and so on. There's a lot of ways that we could like stay onto that guy. But getting his flash and pushing him out is good too. Season 7's gonna be so weird, dude. Katarina 1v1ing people. Yeah. I'm debating on whether or not to tell you to shove mid here. What up, Chalky, dude? This is a good flank. The thing about that flank is that we probably get mid down, and that's really good for assassins too. So I don't mind it because it's okay, I guess, but I feel like it's really on what you're trying to accomplish. You do have Dark Seal, so it's not that bad of a flank. Dark Seal's like the one time you can elect to like try to build up a bunch of kills. But the key thing, guys, and this is why this is a tough game. I mean, you're facing a really hard lane. It's a new champ. I mean, not really a new champ, but she's new in terms of everyone's still trying to learn like when and how to play her best with combos. This is a tough one. And that solo kill, this is a very good discussion point because you had Draven over pushing, you have Dark Seal, snowballing helps. You're pretty much able to solo kill Karma at this point anytime she gets out of line. So I do think that long term with how low the turret was, I think that this is better because what it does is it creates a lot of openings for you to get in the enemy's jungle. And getting in the enemy's jungle as Katarina fed is super big because anytime that you come into this area of the map, you can dive, you can fucking kill the enemy jungler. If Karma decides to follow, you can catch her out of position. So in terms of like, and you basically as a mid laner, you don't always have to say, well, I can't go down here. It's just in terms of what we're going to get done, can we kill both Draven and Maokai? If we can, then going down there's okay. If we can only really get Draven and then we have to flash to get out, I'm not really sure if that's going to be worth it as opposed to this. That's why I'm questioning the roam. Not so much because I don't think it's a terrible idea. I just think that if we're not going to get the double kill... Yeah, we're so grossly fed right now. So you're going to go push top. I would probably back here. I don't know if I'm staying. I mean, I will if he gets caught. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so he ults away. Now we probably have to reset. Nah, I think we're staying too long. Oh my god. How do we throw, dude? Dude, how do we throw? Is it because Tyler 1's in the bot lane down there? What the fuck? How do we throw? You're gonna run down to Draven now? You are. I think that personally, I think that you're going to get more done here with like Azonias in most cases. You need to understand that the only way that you die, the only way that this game is a loss is if Draven gets to kill you or someone gets to kill you. So I think Azonias needed to be a next item. Katarina doesn't get to be this way. Like, you need to understand that Katarina doesn't get to be this way much longer. I'm telling you right now. I know there's no way that once people figure out how to play Katarina, there is no way that we're going to be able to fucking get away with this. The reason I'm saying going for Zhonya's here is because the only way that we lose is if we get CC'd and blown up. And Zhonya's is going to give us a little wiggle room to play with cooldowns. And we already have enough damage. Like, our lead is big enough. It becomes an issue of diminishing returns. Like, at this point, if I'm you, I'm thinking I have enough. You could probably even justify going fucking like Leandries at this point over Ludens, just purely off of the fact that we just need HP. We have we have stacks. Protect the stacks with just building some health and survivability. I'm not saying go tank Katarina. I'm just saying that all we have to do is protect our lead. That's why I think logically it doesn't make... There's no one that can survive your damage right now. Your damage is so high that like no one gets to live. You're off of raw levels, off of stacks, off of items. No one survives. So just protect your lead at this point. That's all you have to do. Because you're going to give yourself... you're going to give yourself an opportunity to fuck it up. And all they have to do is they have to CC you. And I can assure you that with Maokai, they are going to eventually CC you. And you're going to wish that you had that Zonius. Hold that flash a little longer than that. I hate your flash because like he can't execute you there. Like he just can't. That's just not happening. Level 13 versus level 11, we have plenty of HP to play with. There's no way. Okay, this is just sloppy because you basically go on someone you're never killing. Lonely Maniac, thanks for the 8 months. Love you, dude. So this is just like, basically what you do here is you just lapse. Like you just mentally lapse. Watch. In terms of team fight, this does nothing. What you should be doing, honestly, the only move that you make here is a very simple fucking... You're gonna be queuing to apply the slow to Maokai. That's it. You're never turning on these guys. Lee specifically, if he doesn't like it, he's just gonna boot you away. This is not the guy to engage on ever. Because if you try to do this, he's literally just gonna boot you away like 9 times out of 10. So you really want to play that a little bit more close to the chest. Your team was caught. Kayle was caught. Wukong's caught. And your bot lane's out of position. So you basically just go, like, you let your team bait you into something, but you're not that fed to where, like, well, it's not even that you're not that fed. You are that fed. It's just that those champions do not just get one shot by you from 100% HP, like 1v3 or whatever it is. And Lee, you know, Lee has some tank stats. He has Cinder Hulk, he has Mercs, he has fucking Hydra. So that's probably, of all the things you did this game, that play in of itself is like super sloppy. Because it represents that, like, you for a second were like, yes, I'm gonna go in on this guy, and it's like, that's just not gonna, that's not gonna create anything for you ever. If you're gonna go on anyone in those situations, it's gonna be on Draven or Karma, and I'm gonna have to say, their comp is a bitch to engage on, for real. But the guys that you're looking to kill, you're not gonna be going anywhere near Lee like that. Now you start going for Zhonya's. It's all well and good. Wow, your team's getting it. It should be instant Baron, by the way. Your team comp, like, they should be going to Baron right away. If they don't, I'm gonna be very disappointed. And if you're not pinging it, you're kind of fucked up too. By the way, this is a perfect argument for fucking for Gunblade right here. This is like a perfect example. So what you would be doing here is you're just gonna W forward, and you should be able to you know, you would be able to lead with Shumpo here, and you could Gunblade and then Q and then get the reset on your Shumpo and, like, you know, execute, get a flash or something. This is the type of situation, because, like, no one can really outplay that once you're ahead. You just jump in, fucking Gunblade, that guy's gone, and there's no, he's either gone or you're getting his flash. See what I mean? Like, you didn't Shumpo towards the minion, you didn't apply the Q. You could do that with Rylai's, but imagine if you had Gunblade there, right? It's part of the reason why people look for that. Definitely experiment with it. This is very, very good. Good shove. Getting the turret down. Okay, your team's fighting with... Well, it's 4v4. It's not that bad. That's what I'd be thinking. Kale's on it, dude. Draven's on it. Look at him go, dude. Look at him just eat that bubble. Trundle applying map pressure. That sucks. Turns into a clown fiesta, I would imagine. You guys should have... Honestly, missing that Baron was like... In terms of putting a game away, missing that Baron was super bad by all of you. I mean, it sounds like you wanted to do it. Maybe. If you didn't ping it, you fucked up. Like, that's on you, straight up. If you didn't ping it and try to do it, consider that is just as bad as you flashing into the enemy team randomly. Because it's like, if you're not willing to call it for your team, if you don't recognize it's a good one and you don't call it, you're never gonna get them to impact the game the way that you want. You'd be surprised, just by pinging Baron, you can influence these people. And they'll just, if it goes wrong, they'll just blame you, right? But ultimately, that is a good call. It's 5v2. You have high damage champs. You have Kale to protect you. You had fucking... You could ISO anybody that defended. Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to. They'll just blame you if you're wrong, and then you just XD after you're wrong. But, you know, if you ping it and they don't do it, then whatever. You know, at least you tried. At least you tried to influence that game or the outcome. My big criticism with the way you play this team fight is you don't seem like you really want that Draven dead. And that, I guess, Lee's peeling and you are... Let me see this again. Oh, the exhaust and then Lee boots. I mean, Draven definitely has no flash, so like... And you have Zhonya's. I need to see this again. I have to. The assassin quotient is so fucking hard because I need to like program my brain here. 1 second. If I'm you, I have Zhonya's, I have Flash, I have Ignite. I want Draven dead. That's what I need. I need him dead. Okay? That's what I'm thinking. First issue that I have with how you play this is that you stand, the way that you're standing right in front of this team with Flash, okay? I want this Draven's fucking head, dude. So, most cases, I'm going to try to look for a flank over the wall with Flash in some cases to try to blow him up. I'm going to look for any moment where that I can get on top of that guy and just blow him a load on his head. Because at the end of the day, as long as I get that Draven dead, the rest of the team falls. Because as far as I can tell, he's the only guy that's going to really do anything in a team fight. After he's dead, they have no damage. I can just mop the floor with these clowns. So your job in this fight is to kill that fucking guy. Okay? And I never see you really, like, you kind of open with it here. Jump in. But you get the Shumpo. This is the thing that gets me. Is you get to the dagger, but you don't get to him. Like, you should be Shumpoing to this guy or to this guy. Because watch. You get a double bounce. For real. Watch. Watch your cooldowns. You jump. You throw the dagger. But why are you freaking out? You have so much time. You have Zhonya's, you have Flash, you have Ignite. Look at how you freak out. You do like to spin, dude. Because you immediately land and spin. But, like, you have, off of just raw base stats, you have a lot of wiggle room. Now, watch. You could very, very easily just jump on Draven's head and ult him there that whole time. Or you could have just jumped in, faked, walked around a little bit, and played with the slow and played with your damage a little bit more because you have Zhonya's. So I feel like you just kind of blow your load there preemptively when you could very easily as well. You could very easily just, off of base stat, like you have Rylai's, you have Zhonya's, you have stats, like you have levels, like you have so much wiggle room to play with here. You have health and Zhonya's, like you're fucking fine. Ready? Here, you could just E forward, calmly, walk up to Draven. You could Shumpo to Draven for the slow. And you could calmly just fucking auto him for a second, wait until he throws his E, then lead with Shunpo again, jump in, like with your dagger, then another Shunpo, then just ult. Like, you have so much wiggle room, and you don't really give yourself that much of an opportunity with how fast you play it. This isn't a situation where you have to be quick. You are so fed that you can slow it down and put the game away. But you rush. And because you rush, you kind of, like, your big all-in engage gets thwarted a little bit off of CC, and now we're sitting here with low HP scared to go in. So basically what I'm saying is you had a lot of wiggle room to use, and use it. And then this, okay. Draven probably needed to go. And you have Zhonya's. So right here, this would be the time that you could very, oh, you don't even have fucking... That sucks. You don't even have your ult here. But this is the guy that I want. So after the fact, our big engage is gone. We don't get our Draven down. And that is... He is the team fight. Messy. Now, when we fail to get him down and we lose, they catch up in XP by a lot. So that's why I'm saying be a little bit greedier with your engage. Because now, off of that failure, there's a chance that these guys get back into the game and we have to play way more delicately with our all-in. Don't you fucking do it, dude. It's not worth. Draven needs to go. This is where I stop the replay. Because I rage at you. Why? Why do you rush it? That is your fucking... That is your bread and butter spot. Do they even know that you're there? Because it doesn't feel... They don't know! Alright. So they don't know that you're there. I want you to notice who you lead on. Next time in this situation, fuck, I didn't mean to go that fast. Watch. Calmly, again, dude, this is honestly a lot of your team fighting issues. Because your laning wasn't even that bad, in my opinion. You were confident, you made smart engages, you tried to find windows of aggression, and you got fed. But now your team fighting is flopping. It's flopping around. This guy is making his intentions clear. And here's the other thing about you. So you go into this brush without knowing, right? We never really know if someone has vision on us until they start moving by us. As long as this guy isn't a grapefruit, he's going to tell you exactly. He's going to tell you exactly if he knows that you're there. And here's the key. Watch. Watch how he moves. Slow motion. He does not know. Look how he moves. He moves right into your range, dude. He has no idea that you're there, dude. He's like, what? XD? XD? It's a team fight, though. That's what he's thinking. So you need to patiently, again, patiently, wait for him to become engaged and blow his fucking ass up calmly. This is the guy that needs to go. All right? And it's on you to select shots better. Because as far as I can tell, both fights now, you haven't really been focused on him, and you need to work an enemy team, work the positioning, move around, fake like you're going to go in, fake that the aggression's coming, see what cooldowns you can get. Don't just panic as an assassin. And again, you have a lot of wiggle room before you have to go in. So use that wiggle room. Good assassins, no matter who they are, Zeds, Dianas, whatever, Katarinas, Fizz, it's all about picking a good time to go in and blow someone up. When you go in on Trundle like this, you ruin any and all, and you didn't even let your daggers go. You ruin any and all hope of securing the important kill on your own. It's you. You have to kill this guy. You kill this guy, you break open the entire team fight. But because you don't kill him, he turns on you, ease you in the face, and GG, right? We didn't get our Zonias off, and that's all she wrote. So you needed to plan that a little bit better. Jump in on him, try to engage on him, maybe juke his E, but you're just playing it two face up. All right, so let's go back over this. Laning, your laning was okay. Just clean up your potting earlier. Get control of the lane by potting earlier. Consider some different starts. Look around on pro builds and shit. I'd recommend looking into rushing Gunblade because it's pretty good. All-ins were pretty good in lane. I like how you were looking for windows to go in and be aggressive. But yes, in team fights, the key is you are just freaking the fuck out. When you are that fed, you have a lot of wiggle room to play with. Your items are not even really what cost you the game. It's just shot selection. It's just, where am I going in? And in a lot of times, in spots where I would be so like, I'd be chilling. I would just jump in and throw a Q and walk around in the middle of a team fight. Like, what is it? What was anybody going to do if you have Flash and Zonias? How are they really going to reliably kill you? But the way that you kept playing every team fight, starting from up top, you just, as soon as you saw a jump in, you just blew it all. Like, poke around. Take your time. You know, one smart all-in wins the fight. A bad all-in has a chance of losing the fight. And that's the key with Katarina, okay? I hope this helps you, dude. YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Like, subscribe, all that bullshit. It's Nisi, and I'm out. Peace.